$87,000. That is the median retirement savings account balance for American households, according to the Federal Reserve's 2024 data. To the system, that number represents a successful life of labor. To the naked eye, it looks like a safety net, but I am going to show you why that number is actually a trap door. Meet Linda. At 64, she is an administrative supervisor in New York City, earning $5,400 a month. She is the picture of responsibility. Then meet the other Linda, the reality. At 65, she is retired, earning zero, and watching her health spiral. The difference? One followed the system's playbook and celebrated her freedom party in June. The other faced a math-induced panic attack 12 months later. This is what I call the deferred life trap. The algorithmic lie that you can trade 40 years of stress for 10 years of leisure, only to find the game is rigged to bankrupt you the moment you stop producing. I'm going to expose exactly how this wealth extraction engine works using verified 2024 data, show you the biological price you pay for playing by their rules, and deliver the specific hybrid framework you need to escape the trap before it snaps shut. Here is what the financial institutions don't tell you. They profit from your optimism. They sell you a vision of retirement that is mathematically impossible for the median saver, because they need you to keep your money in their ecosystem until it is too late to react. Let's decode the math of the median. The Federal Reserve's own 2024 analysis proves the median American household holds just $87,000 in retirement savings. The banks present this as a nest egg. I am telling you it is a starvation ration. If you take that $87,000 and apply it to real life in 2024, it dissolves instantly. Let's look at Linda. She isn't a hypothetical. She is the statistical reality of the American middle class. Linda, our planner, has $92,000 saved, slightly above the median. She feels secure. She feels she has done her duty. But the moment she clocks out for the last time, she enters an economic combat zone she isn't prepared for. Her rent in New York City is $3,800. This isn't luxury living. This is survival in a major hub, where average rents now exceed $5,600. According to 2024 data from dailypassport.com and the Bureau of Labor Statistics. When Linda stops working, her income drops to zero, but the landlord's demand for capital remains absolute. With a burn rate of $3,800 for a roof and another $900 for basic survival, that $92,000 nest egg evaporates in less than 18 months. The system has engineered a gap between perceived safety and actual survival. While the Bureau of Labor Statistics reports inflation at 2.9% as of December 2024, that number is a sanitized average. It masks the violent erosion of purchasing power where it hurts most: housing and healthcare. The banks know this. They know that $87,000 covers barely 15 months of the average United States salary. They are betting that you won't do the math until you've already signed your resignation letter. Linda thought she was buying freedom. Instead, she bought a ticket to poverty. The disconnect is lethal. Linda the planner sees a six-figure balance and imagines beach houses. Linda the reality stares at a spreadsheet at 3 a.m., realizing she cannot afford to exist in the city she helped build. This is extraction by design. The system keeps you working, keeps you saving in their vehicles, and then releases you into an economy designed to strip mine your savings in under 2 years. But the financial extraction is only half the story. The system has a darker secret, one that they definitely don't put in the brochures. It's about what happens to your brain and body when you sever your connection to purpose. I call it the biological warning. The narrative sold to us is that retirement is a restoration of health, a time to heal from the grind. The data suggests it is actually a catalyst for decay. When you stop working, you don't just lose a paycheck, you lose the structural scaffolding of your identity. And the physiological response to that loss is shocking. The Transamerica Center for Retirement Studies' 2024 report proves 33% of retirees experience a decline in health immediately following retirement. Let that sink in. 1 in 3 people hand in their badge and immediately get sicker. The system frames labor as the thing that kills you, but for many, it is the sudden void that does the damage. Let's go back to Linda. 12 months post-retirement, the panic over rent has morphed into something visceral. She isn't just broke, she is broken. Picture her apartment. It's 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. The silence is heavy. There are no emails to answer, no team to manage. no friction. Just the hum of the refrigerator and the walls closing in. She misses the social cues of the office, the micro interactions that kept her brain firing. She is experiencing the sudden stop shock. Her cognitive sharpness dulls. Mild depression sets in, not because she is lazy, but because she is isolated. And just as her biological defenses weaken, the system delivers its final, crushing blow. The healthcare industry is waiting at the exit door to collect its surcharge. Most people ignore this number until it destroys them. A 2024 study by Milliman reveals the terrifying truth. A healthy 65-year-old woman will need approximately $313,000 to cover lifetime medical costs. That is 3.5 times the median savings balance. This is the ultimate wealth transfer. You save $87,000 over a lifetime, thinking it's for you. The medical cartel sees that and laughs. They know that one diagnosis, one chronic condition exacerbated by the stress of purposelessness, and they will extract every cent you have, plus the equity in your home. Linda didn't account for this. She calculated grocery bills. She didn't calculate the cost of staying alive in a system that monetizes your decline. Comment below with yes or no. Have you specifically calculated that $313 medical extraction fee into your number, or were you banking on hope? The trap is complete. The math doesn't work, and the biology works against you. If you follow the save and stop model, you are walking into a crossfire of inflation and isolation. But you don't have to be a casualty. There is a way to hack the system, but it requires rejecting the traditional definition of retirement entirely. We need to pivot to the hybrid solution. This isn't about working until you drop. It's about decoupling your survival from a stagnant pile of cash and recoupling it with purpose. The financial industry wants you to believe the only variable that matters is the size of your portfolio. I am telling you the most critical variable is your withdrawal rate. And the only way to stabilize that rate without starving is to maintain a connection to the economy. Let's look at the technical standard. The famous Trinity study has been updated. The Economic Times and recent 2024 analyses suggest a safe withdrawal rate is now around 3.9%. That means for every $100,000 you have saved, you can safely pull out $3,900 a year without going broke. On Linda's $92,000, that provides just $3,588 a year. That is poverty. But watch what happens when we introduce the hybrid model. Contrast the Linda we left in the silent apartment with Linda the hybrid warrior. Instead of full-stop retirement, she pivots. She takes a role as an instructor at a community college. It's part-time. It's low stress. It pays $1,400 a month. To the banking cartel, $1,400 a month is nothing. But in the mechanics of withdrawal rates, it is a superpower. That $1,400 a month is $16,800 a year. To generate that same income from a portfolio at a 3.9% withdrawal rate, Linda would need an additional $430,000 in cash. By working a few days a week, she has effectively manufactured nearly $500,000 in phantom equity. She stabilizes the 3.9% draw. She stops the bleeding. But the real wealth isn't the money. It's the physiological signal she sends to her body. She has somewhere to be. She has students to mentor. She has a reason to get dressed. This isn't just a financial theory. The Transamerica Center for Retirement Studies confirms that 41% of retirees report an increase in life satisfaction when they engage in purposeful activity. Purpose isn't a luxury. It is a survival mechanism. It protects your cognitive function, which protects your health, which protects your wallet from the medical extraction machine. The system wants you to be a passive consumer of healthcare and a passive spender of savings. The hybrid solution makes you an active participant. It turns you from prey into a player. We have exposed the deferred life trap for what it is, a mechanism to transfer wealth from the hopeful to the institutional. We analyzed the math of the median and saw how $87,000 is insufficient against the reality of $5,600 rents and 2.9% inflation. We uncovered the biological warning, proving that the sudden stop triggers a 33% health decline and exposes you to a $313,000 medical limit. And we decoded the hybrid solution, where purpose acts as both a financial shield and a biological preserver. Here is your mission for tonight. Stop looking at your savings balance as a finish line. It isn't. I want you to calculate your purpose, number. How much income can you generate from work you actually enjoy? How much phantom equity does that create? If you can generate $2,000 a month, you have just beaten the system out of requiring $600,000 in savings. Do not let them convince you that your utility ends at 65. That is a lie designed to make you expensive. If you are done being a hostage to their broken models, subscribe to the channel. Next week, I'm tearing apart the index fund narrative to show you what they're really doing with your passive investments. Join the resistance against algorithmic extraction. This video is for educational purposes only, not personal financial advice. All data is from the Federal Reserve, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Transamerica Center for Retirement Studies, and Milliman as of 2024. Products mentioned are examples, not recommendations. Consult a licensed financial advisor for your specific situation.